There's growing discontent and dissatisfaction with the Israeli army, particularly after the judicial reform attempts from Benjamin Netanyahu in 2023, which led to many people in the Israeli army showing opposition. As a matter of fact, Benjamin Netanyahu received in mid-2023 a letter from 1,000 pilots from the IDF confirming that they will not serve in a dictatorship. You had movements of Israelis fleeing Israel, people calling to refuse to serve in the Israeli army before the 7th of October. Benjamin Netanyahu used the 7th of October as an attempt to unify the country and the people around him and around the Israeli army, but that did not help. It made things worse. Ever since the beginning of the war, people have been vocal against Benjamin Netanyahu from the Israeli army and from the Israeli society. We had people fleeing the war, refusing to see Benjamin Netanyahu, thousands of Israeli soldiers refusing to serve, apart from the millions who fled Israel, and many more refusing to continue to serve and fleeing the war in Gaza. And clearly Israel is failing to achieve its objectives in Gaza. It didn't stop there. However, we've had threats from the defense minister Yoav Gallant at one point to bring a brigade of the Israeli army to Netanyahu's office and set order, because most of the time they faced confrontations between them and they couldn't even have meetings. Certain brigades from the army had fights between them in the West Bank and in other parts as well, and that was evident from the release and the withdrawal of Division 36. That's more traditional, and the introduction of a new division that consists of Kfir, that has radical settlers in the Israeli army. However, we're also having more attacks on Israeli bases, and Israel has been censoring what's happened. But today they admitted an IDF soldier threw a grenade on the largest Israeli base in Tal HaShomer. Funny enough, this same base caught a large fire just a few weeks ago that we spoke about. Israel did not declare the reasons behind this, especially as this is a very highly secure place, the biggest IDF base in Israel. But now they're saying that this man launched a grenade on this base. Multiple news outlets reported this. One of them said he was a disabled IDF veteran. Another one said that he suffers from PTSD. These could have been attempts for them to cover up the fact that people do attack IDF bases from Israel, from within Israel, and from the Israeli army based on a principle against the army, because they changed their view about them, especially after their genocide in Gaza for the past 8 months. And despite the fact that you have draconian measures in Israel to censor everything that's happening, most people in Israel are not seeing on Israeli mainstream media, like in many other mainstream media, what's actually happening in Gaza. But if they go to social media and personal accounts, they will see exactly what's happening. So not only is Israel losing on the front in Gaza and the front in Lebanon, and the global war on its image and its viability as a state, they're also facing problems from within, from what was deemed to be the most sacred establishment in Israel, which is the Israeli army.